Mamdani, you a piece of shit.
Let's go.
You didn't even mention that black girl, that black woman that was found in a garbage bag. You didn't even have the respect to make a statement about that black girl's body chopped up in a garbage bag. I don't care nothing about no church. I care about that girl. That's what I care about. Michelle Montgomery is her name.
Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. I want to share something. A black woman went off on Zohran Mamdani. We know that he's the current mayor of New York City. I recently did a video about him where some people, it's a mixture. Some people like him and some don't. They were complaining about the trash pile up in New York. We know there was a snowstorm and a lot of people are also happy because he paid $30 if you wanted to shovel the snow, even $40 overtime and everything. So he got a lot of praise for that, but there are some people who are not feeling him. And I want to show you this video of one of our elders, an older black woman who confronted him when he was walking out of somewhere because, all right, I actually heard about this not too long ago. This was literally just a few short weeks ago where, okay, this woman in New York City, a black woman, they're claiming that she fell into a garbage and the compactor, and that her body was actually found chopped up in a bag. But now they're saying she fell. Okay, they believe she fell into the garbage compactors. They said that she was trying to retrieve her purse after a night out, and her body was later found chopped up in a trash compactor. Okay, so there are people who believe that it's a serial murderer who chopped her up. There are a number of women who have been found in the city. There was a video that I played about a month or two ago where a black woman said there's a serial you know what in New York City, and I believe a number of them are black women who have been targeted. I'm not 100% sure, but this woman doesn't think that it was just some accident. She believes that she was chopped up by somebody and that Mamdani didn't talk about it. He didn't acknowledge her, and she was upset about that. So let's see what she has to say.
Mamdani, you a piece of shit.
Let's go.
You didn't even mention that black girl, that black woman that was found in a garbage bag. You didn't even have the respect to make a statement about that black girl's body chopped up in a garbage bag. But if she was a white woman, you would have made a statement. And if she was a Jew, you might have said something too. And shame on your shame on you. You should be ashamed of yourself that you didn't have the respect to mention that woman. Michelle Montgomery is her name. And you didn't even have the decency to mention her name and make a statement. Yeah, you ride off, sucker. Ride off. Poor his raggedy ass need to be ashamed of themselves because he don't respect NYCHA people that live in NYCHA. That girl was found in a New York City Housing Authority complex. She didn't live in that building. She didn't even live in that building. And now they're telling us she fell in a garbage compactor after they said she was chopped up and found in a bag. She was originally supposedly chopped up. Now they're saying she fell in the compactor. Do that make sense? But they don't have no regard, no respect for black people. And we sit back and we tolerate all this garbage. That's what we do. We don't have no respect for, I feel sorry for black people. I feel sorry for my people because these motherfuckers are safer in our neighborhood than we are. They come in our neighborhood and they safer in our neighborhood than we are. They safer in our neighborhood than we are. And we don't even talk about it. These rednecks, they walk through here and we don't do nothing. We don't own nothing. We don't own no stores. We don't own nothing. And they come in our community and do what the hell they want to do. That's how much they and some church. You think I care about a church? I don't care nothing about no church. I care about that girl and find her killer. That's what I care about. Michelle Montgomery is her name. And that's what I care about. When they find her killer. That means the killer is still out here. The killer is still out here. Her chopped up body in a bag. And the mayor, that Mamdani, didn't have the respect to make a statement, and this is his city. He's the mayor of New York City, and he didn't have the balls to make a statement. And we sitting up in a church applauding him, clapping for him, and all of that kind of garbage. We don't have no self-respect as a people. Black America, we gotta step up. We gotta step up and stand out. Just like that sister said. That sister that wrote that black book. The black book she wrote. And she said it's time to kick butt. And that's just what it's time to do. Especially the black American. The black American, they owe us. They got free labor. Free labor. They worked us like horses. And what they do, they dump dope in our neighborhoods. And that's what they do. They don't have no respect for us.
I'm going to say things that's going to piss some of you off. First, I want to applaud her. I'm getting teary for loving a black woman and caring. But you know, if you pay attention, it's her, a black woman. Do you see black men out there outraged that she was chopped up and found in a body bag? If you step back and if she looks, it's always you, a black woman at large. Where the fuck are the men of your so-called community? Why is it always you, always ready to fight and stand up? And what she said, look, New York is his right now. He's the mayor. She said if it was a white woman or a Jewish woman chopped up in a bag, he would have made a statement. That probably might be true. I mean, there are a number of women who are taken off the planet in New York all the time who I don't know if they get talked about a whole lot, but it's a fact that black women's lives don't matter. But I'm going to take it there that you don't want to hear. Black women's lives don't even matter to the black community. She's angry, but we don't get respect because we don't even respect ourselves. And I'm going to show you that. And I'm not saying multiple things can't be true, okay? She said a lot of things that were true, but a lot of our people, you don't understand. Yes, there are people who are racist where if we were the classiest group, they still wouldn't like some of us because we're not their race. Racism exists on the planet. Whether you're doing everything right, if you're classy, you're not ghetto, you speak well, you don't commit crime, and there are still people who wouldn't want you to live around them and don't want to be bothered with you. So I'm fully aware that that exists, but I'm tired of black people. Some of y'all do all this screaming, but when you listen to what she says we don't own no stores. You see, a lot of black women don't look to the black man. Why don't your men have businesses? Why haven't they built you a community at large? Why are they always being easily overtaken and they don't know how to combine their finances and work together? And don't come for me because there are countless black people who love to say, oh, we don't stick together. We don't operate like Mexicans. Black women are always funding a black person's business. A black man's oils and hustle. Black women give money. Black women support black businesses. Most black businesses are founded by black women. So miss me with it, okay? A lot of you are always looking to blame everybody instead of looking at ourselves and our failures. Yes, we know that some people don't give loans. Is that always the case? No. Yes, we know that there are black people who have businesses whose businesses fail because black people refuse to shop at black-owned businesses. I can go on Instagram and TikTok right now and find a page dedicated to Black businesses and find a number of Black people to shop from for certain things. And I'm going to show you that at the end. She's hurt. She loves her people. She's passionate. So this is not an attack on her. That woman was found chopped up and now they're claiming that she fell. Okay? And she's not buying it, and she wants people to care about this woman. She says, I want to know who the murderer was. Her life mattered. And she's right. There should be a statement about her. Her life mattered, but there wasn't. So she's naturally upset, as she should be. But when I'm listening to the things that she's saying, I mean, I've been saying these things for years. For years. Anyone who's been on my page for years, y'all already know how some of the things I think. Okay? So saying that we were slaves and worked to death, that doesn't change the reality of where we are in 2026. You said that we can't even be safe in our neighborhoods. Who the fuck is the main one committing the crime? And anytime a person brings this up, especially if they're not Black, you go into defense mode and then you bring up, well, Brad kills. Who in the Black neighborhoods is committing the most crimes against Black women and children? It is Black men on average. And I'm sick and tired of y'all not confronting that. It's not Zohran Mamdani's harassing you at large. They're not doing things to you at large. They're not taking your life on average. It's Black men in these neighborhoods. So you keep yelling to other races of people to fix you and to save you, when it's you murking you. Not necessarily the Black woman, but the Black man. 9 times out of 10. And when we bring up Black femicide and that Black women are the largest minority, yet the most murdered woman in America every month, y'all get offended and you argue with us. Look within on some of this stuff. Yes, her life mattered. Yes, he should have made a statement. Yes, she should be angry. But when I'm listening to the things that she's saying, it's like, look, someone wanted me to make a video. We will never get respect as a people if we don't separate and clean up the trash. That's a fact. No one respects our so-called community because of what we see going on in the community. Who commits the most crime? These other races that come in the community because the neighborhoods, because they have money and resources. Who's robbing them? What race is it? What race is it? And you think they don't look and they can't? It's almost like y'all are living in some sort of fucking delusion about what's really going on. Yes, there are people who are not Black who commit crime. Who commits the most crime in those neighborhoods? There are stores that are closing in Black neighborhoods in New York and Hispanic because they keep fucking stealing from it and the companies keep moving out. And then you complain you have food deserts, you have no food to eat, and you depend on these other races of people. Yet when they bring their asses in the neighborhood, y'all F up the stores and the money by stealing and they move out. But that's something that y'all don't like to talk about. Or the Black men who have the money and some Black women, they don't even invest into these Black neighborhoods a lot. And even if they do, the same thing happens with a number of their businesses, or the businesses that are there. You have to beg Black people to get some fucking sense and learn how to support a Black business financially. This is facts, okay? And it makes me sick, okay? Yes, it's messed up. Yes, it's hurtful. But we have to get real about some things. Hold on now. I wrote some things down. Okay? You care more than your own men care. Black men don't give a fuck about how many of y'all are missing. They're not looking for you. You have to go to the white man's police department and resources for missing people to have some traction for somebody to give a fuck about you. And I hate to have to say it, but that's the truth. Y'all always yelling at other races of men for shit your men should have been doing for you. Black men should be rescuing and helping to find Black women. Black men should be starting programs with money. Black men should be fixing black neighborhoods and learning how to take control and coming together with other black men and the money that they have and stuff like that. It can be done. But other people are always coming in and taking over you because of the lack of leadership from your men. I don't give a fuck who gets mad about me saying it because it's true. And y'all always have an excuse for it. Always. It's always an excuse. Always. But yet a person from a third world can come in from a more blacker nation than you and they pull their money together. They don't all just get loans all the time. Yes, that happens sometimes. And in some cases, no. And the black businesses that are there from black men and women don't even always get the support from black people. Now I want to show you why I'm saying what I just said as well, because someone wanted me to talk about this on a video when I kept saying for years, until we separate from the fucking filth in our race and let the public know we are different types of black people and we take accountability and get a hold on this trash, you ain't gonna never get respect, because every time someone sees what I'm about to show you, it's always you. I don't see any other races of children and teenagers who act like they're fucking mentally something's wrong with them. Like they're on something wrong with them. And y'all get mad if you want to, okay? Get mad if you want to. Let me show you this real quick. And this is not a video about blame. I'm just responding to some of what I heard her say, that it hurts my soul and my heart. I don't like saying what I just had to say, but it's the truth. And yes, like I said, there are also people who don't like black people regardless of how you act, and that is a problem too. Okay, so I'm not sure what state this is in, but this was at a McDonald's, and the employees who work there appear to be mainly Hispanic, probably Mexican. And look at what all the teenagers are doing who are black. Just I want you to look at this.
History Month. The black community hates when you discipline their children, but this is how they turn out.
Not even see. Oh, they taking the register. I got the register. I took the register. This nigga took the register. Ain't no way. Oh my god. Oh.
Is this what Black history is really about? Why should anyone be forced to live in a community amongst animals? But the parents somehow think that these children are too young to be accountable. These people better start raising their kids before the cops do it.
And did she tell one damn lie? Did she tell one damn lie? You know, I get sick and tired of having to be lumped in with these damn black people like this racially. I don't want to be associated with them. But unfortunately, we all are, even if we don't act like this. And they have the audacity to get offended when other races of people think black women cannot raise children. The black community has a low IQ because they're acting like baby's kids, or so out of order, violent, unruly, don't like law and order, don't like the law. I guarantee you, if the police officers were called and something were to happen, it would be all over the news and people would protest for them. You can't say nothing. She says they don't want to whoop their kids' behinds or give them discipline. Show me some videos of a group of white, Asian, Arabic, Indian, Mexican teenagers doing this. I ain't seen it yet at large. The most I ever saw it was in New York, where black and brown people live together in the hood, robbing the stores, and those stores are closing, already closed as I speak, and moved the hell out. And you wonder why people, like, you don't even respect yourself. You want to be seen as noble and dignified and all this honor. Y'all always bring up the civil rights because that's the only thing some of y'all can hold on to that actually gave you pride and dignity, where we actually were more dignified, coming together and all of that. Peaceful marches. This is 2026. You ain't the same people that you was back during that time. And even back then, there have always been ghetto ass black people in our race, which is why there were certain groups of black people who tried to separate from their ass. And you say that they are colonizers and you're the boule and you think you're better, because some black people are within the race and don't want to be lumped in with this no more. We want to separate from the trashy, unruly black people who seem to have a low IQ and actually act like they're on drugs and they're not, and something's wrong with them, literally. Who acts like this? Like Bebe's kids. I would be humiliated if I saw my child in this. Like, who raised these damn people? And it's not an isolated event. That's why people have so-called black fatigue. Even though fatigue can exist for other people, but y'all get what I'm saying? Completely turn Carnival Cruise ghetto as hell a number. And y'all don't like the truth. You don't like it. When black people talk about this shit, y'all get mad. How can you? I'm not tearing down my people by saying we got some trashy ass groups of people in our race and we don't want nothing to do with them. We don't want to live with you either. I don't want to live around people like this. That what you just saw in this video. Get away from me. And there are other people who, when they're not black and say this, it's racism to you. You scream you want respect. How can you get respect? You can't even publicly shame the degenerates of our racial group and shun them. Get a hold on it. But y'all like to go run and hide, pretend it's not happening, or make up all these excuses. But yet every time you see these type of videos, it's always you. That's why I said what I said. Confront us as, even though I don't act like these people on this video. But yet you always talking about somebody else. You're not going to get respect until you confront this. And I said what I said, and I mean that crap. So she was upset that Zohran Mamdani didn't acknowledge her being chopped up in a bag. And I stand with her. Despite all of what I just said, she was one of the few black people that actually gave a damn about her life and that her life mattered, and it hurt her. And I would have been next to her. I don't know if I would scream at Zohran Mamdani, but she just wanted him to see her as a person and see a black girl's life, a black woman's life finally matter. So I agree. I see her pain and I understand it. She should be upset. Chopped up in a bag, but then claims she fell in a garbage compactor. And it's not the first time a black woman has been chopped up in New York. But then when she went on a rant talking about, well, the Zohran Mamdanis are safer in our neighborhood than us. Who's in your neighborhood making you feel unsafe? Who is taking black women's and men's and children's lives on average? You don't really see a lot of the Zohran Mamdanis being the ones doing that. And y'all need to tell the damn truth about that. Most black women who live in predominantly black hood areas are unsafe because the men and the teenagers are unruly, ghetto as hell, don't want to listen to a damn thing, always blaming somebody else, don't know how to shoot a damn weapon, kids having bullets coming through the home, lives taken, women gunned down, and men. But when you say this as a black person with the anger I should have, for those of you who get so offended when I sound pissed off as I should be, then you get upset. Then you call us coons and whitewashed and you tearing down your people. I don't give, call it whatever you want to call it. You'll never be a leader if you can't say what the hell I just said and self-reflect and analyze this and take accountability about it and separate. Y'all refuse to do it. Y'all don't want to do it. You couldn't pay me to live around them damn people that I just showed you on that video. I don't like them. I don't like being around them. I don't act like that. You have a problem with me saying that? There's a lot of black people who feel like that. But we get called the bougie and the boule and the anti-black. We have to pretend like this doesn't exist. And it hurts your soul when it's a person not black pointing it out. Then you go into defense mode and everybody's a racist. I'm not saying that you don't have some white kids on college campuses when their team loses who haven't flipped over cars. I've seen that. But is this something that you see all the time on social media? Let's be real on that. Let's be real on that. So, okay, let's get more into it. So those are just a few things that irritated me. She did say in the video, it's time to step up Black America. And she's right about that. But in order to fix this race, we have to clean the race. And I have seen and observed that that is a problem to a lot of people. I would never live around some of y'all because you don't even like the thought of a black person committing a crime actually being arrested. Y'all don't like black women getting their butt whipped, calling the police for protection. Y'all, you want a lawless society, some of you. And that's why I would never live around some of you, because I would constantly be on edge, anxiety, and I don't have the protection that I'm supposed to have. Okay? Stop always trying to blame slavery. And that's the weak. You sound and you look weak for the things that a number do. Take accountability. You can't possibly be that weak. Then again, some of you are. You always blame someone for something that someone else does. And a lot of black women, you are upset with our position. You're upset with our failed so-called communities, but you're not looking as to why. The men are not heading it, they're not leading it, and there is not order, and it's a lot. Some black neighborhoods are very nice. Places in Maryland, well-off neighborhoods, very clean, very beautiful. And a lot of times those are black people who have very good job, judges, lawyers, and all that type of stuff. Okay, we're not a monolith. I understand that. Okay, so anyway, when it comes to this woman, rest in peace to her. They're saying that she fell, but at first they said her body was found chopped up in a bag and that she didn't even live where they found her. Okay, so let's see real quick something more to this. Okay, a 39-year-old Brooklyn mother of 4 her remains were found in a trash compactor this month likely passed away after accidentally falling down the garbage compactor while trying to get her purse. Michelle Montgomery was discovered February 1st in the basement of Boricuen, I probably said that wrong, Plaza Public Housing Complex in Brooklyn, New York. Her body had been processed through the compactor. Imagine how painful that was. Oh my God. And was found in a plastic bag by a building worker. Earlier that night, she had dinner at a Mexican restaurant with her cousin and her 3 friends. She made a FaceTime call to her sister around 10 p.m. and posted a dancing video on social media. An hour later, she left the restaurant with her cousin around 1:20 a.m. and then They separated and she entered a housing complex alone at 1:39 a.m. Now, like the woman said, she didn't even live there in the apartment building. So I'm curious to know, why did she go off into the basement area or something of this place? And her body was found chopped. Look, I'm wondering how much damage did the garbage compactor do? Because I would think some bones, pieces of leg, or something. Like, could you tell it's a foot or a hand? Something. I mean, I can't imagine the pain if it was an accident of falling and being chopped up like that. I don't know though. I mean, most people have sense enough. If you lose your purse, maybe your hand might get in, but your whole body, was there cameras? Did someone push her? I don't know, but she said that they said that she was found chopped up. She said they changed the story that she fell. Okay? She fell in the garbage compactor. Um, I don't know if it's true or not, but she wanted Mayor Mondami to acknowledge her and that her life mattered. And I stand with her on that. Okay. And I think I'm missing some things. I'm not doing a whole long video. Um, I'm sure some people will get upset with me, but I did say that there are Black women and men who do have some businesses and that they don't always get the support that they need. You literally have to beg Black people sometimes to support a Black owned business and then complain when other races of people pour into those businesses financially by purchasing from them. This is a fact. But today, there are loads of Black companies on the internet. You can find them. And some local businesses. Some Black people live places where there are no Black businesses that much. That is very real. Okay, so I support the Black people who are trying. I do love her passion. The video I showed, she's hurt, she's upset, and I feel her. I just didn't agree with some things she said that is some of it is true, but there's also a lot of it is like the delusion you're under as to where are we going to keep blaming everybody for our lack of building, lack of being strategic, lack of information some of you refuse to do, lack of support. It's just a lot of things that's coming from us, but it's always somebody else. And I'm not saying some of that's not true, but we refuse to. I ain't even gonna say no more. I ain't gonna say no more because we keep having these same conversations every year, every 50 years, same thing, same damn thing, same thing. So that's all. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm going to leave it alone because I just can't no more. So that is it for today's video, but I do want to show you something. Speaking of supporting Black people, a Black man created an app where you can shop Black owned businesses. It's like Amazon. The businesses are all Black owned, and it has an employment help section, mutual aid section, and bartering. And it's called, I guess, Mariah. Um, all purpose cleaner. If you want to get braiding hair or whatever, check it out. I'm not sure if they're Black American businesses because that does matter to some people who want to support Black American people's businesses, the community, but I'm pretty sure it's diverse on there of all different ethnicities that's on there. But if that's what you want, check them out. Download the app, okay? And it has thousands of Black owned businesses on there. Okay, so here is a Black man who stepped up and tried to do something, and I respect him for that. Okay, so that is it, everybody. Okay, please like, share, and subscribe. Let me know what you think. Okay, and I will be reading your comments, and I already know what might come from it. I'm used to it, but I have a lot of different opinions. Okay, so you all take care. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell and click all notifications so you know when I'm live and when I'm uploading. You all take care. Bye.